Nobody in Caldwell Flats talked about Garrett Masterson the way they talked about other men. They didn't say he was mean exactly. They didn't call him cruel. What they said, in low voices, over fence posts and dry goods counters, was that something had gone quiet in him a long time ago. And that quiet, they agreed, was more unsettling than any amount of noise. He owned the largest cattle operation within 40 miles. He paid fair wages and kept his word on a deal. But he ate alone, rode alone, and had not once in 7 years been seen sitting inside the Caldwell church on a Sunday morning. That, more than anything, was what the town held against him. So when the letter arrived at the post office, a letter addressed to Garrett Masterson from a woman named Eliza Calloway of Harlan County, Kentucky, the postmaster read the return address twice before tucking it into the box. And when a second letter arrived 3 weeks later, then a third, the whispers started before Garrett had even opened the first one. Eliza had not written those letters lightly. She had sat at her aunt's narrow kitchen table for 2 evenings before she wrote the first word. The pen in her hand and the blank page in front of her, feeling like the edge of something she could not come back from. She was 24 years old. She had $17 to her name, a small trunk of belongings, and a situation at home that had quietly become impossible. Her aunt's husband had made that clear enough, not with words, but with the way a room changed when he entered it, and the way Eliza had started sleeping with a chair wedged under her bedroom door. That she had found Garrett Masterson's name through a land registry notice reprinted in a regional paper. A rancher seeking a capable woman of good character for the purpose of marriage and household management. The wording was blunt, almost cold, but Eliza had read it 4 times and decided that blunt and cold were not the worst things a man could be. Eliza kept her hands folded in her lap and her eyes steady. And she had dealt with men like Dunbar before, men who dressed their personal objections in the language of principle. She had learned that the worst thing you could do was let them see you flinch. 2 weeks, Dunbar finally said. I'll need 2 weeks. There are notices to be posted. Formalities. Garrett looked at him for a long moment. 1 week, he said. Post whatever you need to post. They left without shaking his hand. The talk in town moved fast after that. By Saturday, it had reached the feed store, the seamstress, and both of Caldwell Flats' 2 saloons. By Sunday, it had settled into the spaces between church pews like smoke that wouldn't clear. The women spoke of it in careful, charitable tones,